Hello everyone! Just a little update on my 3D printing story. That thing that I took from build plate is just an aluminium foil. Hot air doesn't rise up and instead it is reflected back to the heatbed. I set up an inductive sensor by moving it up and down until I've reached an optimal height of triggering about the heatbed. And as you can see, at the start of a new job, my 3D printer is moving to some points that together form a grid pattern. Extruder goes down, then inductive sensor got triggered, and then extruder rise up, and this behavior continue. And that's how 3D printer takes into account all surface misalignment. And, of course, if you own a 3D printer, you need to print out a spare parts for it. I've printed two parts for Y-axis, but they turned out a little bit strange. Too much plastic. It turned out that trapezoid screws aren't moving 8 mm per one rotation. It is more likely 7.8 mm. And all that because of the backlash between trapezoid screw and the brass nut. So I've inserted a value of 7.8 mm in this online calculator, and I've got 820.51 mm per rotation and the layer height of 0.312 mm. In order to check if these values are correct, I've printed out two-layer SIG tube with the height of 10 cm. And as you can see, the result is much better. Also, my nephew requested to print a few Pokemons. Pikachu, and Bulbasaur. And my sister asked me to print a phone clamp so she can show her daughter some animated movies from smartphone. And I found this modular phone clamp stand on Thingiverse and decided to print it out. And finally, after 6 hours of printing, a result. I've added two bolts and nuts and assembled all parts together. That's all, thanks for watching.